How does it feel like a Mustang too? How does it feel like a Mustang too?
The sweet handling Mustang 2 Cobras. No other domestic car in its class gives you all this standard. Spoilers, stabilizer bars, staggered shocks, rack and pinion steering, steel belted radials, and 4 on the floor.
Mustang 2, put one between the road and you.
When America needs a better idea, Ford puts it on wheels.
Even though the Mustang 2 is often thought of as a blemish on the Mustang name, I think that it deserves more credit. Sure, even Ford knew it wasn't exactly what was expected for the next Mustang, as development for the Fox platform started as early as 1973. It got the Mustang through the malaise era and addressed criticism facing the 71 to 73 Mustang, which was how big it was getting compared to the original. So, Ford tried to go back to the drawing board and fix the pony car when emissions laws killed powerful engines and made big cars unfavorable. Plus, it paved the path for the Fox body Mustang, something I'm sure most Mustang fans can appreciate.
Right now!
I see this movie fantasy. I co-star with my new 93 Mustang.
But before that, some backstory. The original Mustang was one of the most culturally significant cars ever, and Ford knew it would be a hit. As Lee Iacocca stated, he was going to sell 417,000 Mustangs by 417, or in other words, 1 year after launch.
Washing machines, toasters, or roller skates. Me, I'm in the car business.
In 1964 and 65, Ford sold over 680,000 Mustangs at a base price of $2,750.
America's newest success story. Now there are 1 million Mustangs.
The first-gen Mustang gave us classics such as the Mach 1, the GT350, the GT500, the Boss 429, the Cobra Jet, and many, many more. Before the Mustang 2 debuted, Ford was able to sell almost 3 million Mustangs. However, starting in 1966, Lee Iacocca and others began to feel frustrated with the Mustang's growing proportions. As time went on, the Mustang grew in size to fit bigger and bigger motors. While 1964 models could weigh as little as 2,600 pounds, by 1973 the Mustang convertible could weigh as much as 3,800, while also being a foot longer and 6 inches taller.
Damn! I'm sorry.
Ford was often criticized for having small cars that grew larger over time. Such was the case with the Thunderbird. So Ford decided that we're going to have 2 teams each make their own version of the Mustang 2-to-be. The Ohio team used the Ford Maverick platform, and the Arizona team's car used the Pinto. Designers of the Mustang 2 included Dick Nesbitt, Howard Mook, Eugene Bourdonnais, and many others. Design house Ghia was tasked by Ford to bring the designers' drawings to life. Some Ghia designs included the Ford RS200, the De Tomaso Pantera, or even the Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. The new Mustang would weigh about 2,700 pounds, about the same as the 1964 model. It was also 18 inches shorter than the 1973 Mustang, and was praised for returning to its pony car roots. And it came at the perfect time.
This is NBC Nightly News, Wednesday, October 17th. Reported by John Chancellor.
The oil-producing countries of the Arab world decided to use their oil as a political weapon. They will reduce oil production by 5% a month until the Israelis withdraw from occupied territories.
It's estimated that 95% of the nation's gas stations are closed on this New Year's Day, and that means there are fewer cars on the road. That means fewer accidents, which means that more people will live to see the new year.
Just 1 month after the launch of the Mustang 2, the oil embargo hit the United States hard. So for the first few years of the Mustang 2, there was no V8 option. You can only choose from a 2.3-liter 4-cylinder with 89 horsepower and 116 foot-pounds of torque, or a 2.8-liter V6 with 105 horsepower and 149 foot-pounds of torque. In In 1975, the Mustang II would get a V8 option with 122 horsepower, and a year later, upgraded to 140 horsepower. While the Mustang II debuted with praise for being smaller than the previous Mustang, it was ironically criticized for being too cramped, underpowered, and for handling poorly when the heavy V8 option came to be. Having a 0 to 60 time of 10.5 seconds and a top speed of 106 according to Road and Track, in most cases it was paired with a 3-speed automatic. The 4-cylinder version would have a 0 to 60 in 14.5 seconds and a quarter-mile time of 20. There were 4 core models: the hardtop, which was the basic notchback, the Ghia, which was the hardtop with a vinyl roof and luxury interior, the 2+2, which was a fastback design, and the Mach 1 fastback, a 2+2 with sporty styling and only having the V8 or V6 engine options available. The Mustang II also had an optional MPG package with better fuel economy using 318 gearing and attaining 23 miles per gallon, city and 34 highway. There were many special editions such as the Cobra II, the Silver Ghia, the Stallion, or even the King Cobra, which we'll talk about later. The Cobra II was an appearance package for the two made by Motortown. It was fashioned after the iconic GT350 Mustang and advertised with Carroll Shelby, who I'm sure was very enthusiastic.
My name's Carroll Shelby and performance is my business.
It featured no performance upgrades. Even with the muscle-inspired looks, it was offered with all 3 engines, the 4, the 6, and the 8. Ford and Motortown didn't expect to sell many Cobra IIs, but Charlie's Angels changed that, boosting sales by getting free advertising every week from the TV show on CBS. Starting in 1976, you could get T-tops in the car thanks to ASC McLaren. A convertible was also available in very limited numbers. You can get the base car for about $4,000 when the convertible costed $11,000. $6,000! And to end off the Mustang II's run, Ford decided to make the King Cobra in 1978. It featured better suspension, cool wheels, and your only engine option was the 4.9-liter 5.0 with a manual transmission and a snake on the hood. So how did the Mustang II manage to sell 1.1 million units in only 5 short years and make up almost 5% of the United States car output at the time? The answer is simple. The Mustang II was, as Ford would proclaim, the right car for the right time.
The right car at the right time.
While something like the Trans Am had eons more power, it had bad fuel economy and astronomical insurance rates. Meanwhile, the two catered to a large group who appreciated its classy styling, fuel-sipping engines, more comfortable ride, and cheaper operating costs, even winning Car of the Year in 1974.
Look what they've done to our Mustang.
And with the end of the Mustang II came the end of Lee Iacocca's time at Ford, being fired by
Henry Ford II, aka Hank the Deuce,
in 1978. Not because Iacocca was bad, but because of jealousy, since Henry Ford II wanted his son Edsel to lead Ford and not Iacocca.
God, you fat, sir.
This was probably a mistake though, because Chrysler most definitely would have gone out of business without Lee Iacocca and $1.5 billion in bailouts. But that's a story for another day.
Then we reorganized the whole place.
Through all this, the Mustang II stuck around when it could have just left us like the Challenger, Barracuda, GTO, and Javelin all did in 1974.
That's why Cobra takes the curves like a snake.